thank you guys for coming down. We haven't got to hang out so much in person, actually, even though we're a team.
Right.
And it's not even just us, right? I know you guys have very specific roles, and we'll talk about that briefly, but really it's everyone. When you're trying to create something, it's, hey, we do a lot of co-living. I buy a lot of co-living. Well, we have to pull the list to find out who should we be talking to from the beginning. Thank heavens we have John, one of our virtual assistants on our team, that pulls that list, because that's not something I want to do. And I don't think that's something that either one of you two want to do, right? So John does a fabulous job at that. So they pull the list. Now that could be direct to seller, that could be direct to agent, whoever we're talking to, and we're trying to solve those problems, right? Well, after the list is pulled, what? Someone has to set that appointment. So they're going to call and talk to those individuals and find out, is there a problem to even solve here, right? Now, part of pulling the list was we're filtering to try to find those people, but thank heavens we got people like Fatty, Tabor. There's actually a handful of people,
Courts.
right, on our team that are calling and setting those appointments. And who are those appointments going to? Michael. So they're setting appointments up for you because you're the closer on our team, right?
Yep.
I used to wear all the hats. I was all of this, guys. Thank heavens. Okay, so Michael, you're the closer. What do you do? What are they setting up appointments for you for, and what are you actually doing?
So I'm talking with the agents and the sellers. The big thing is having a good team, like you said, John pulling quality lists, doing those filters, making sure we're looking at the right properties first and foremost, having people like Fatty, Courts, Tabor, Richard, making these appointments. So as they're talking to these agents, they're making sure that they're qualified leads, meaning that there's some pain that we need to solve. There's some way that we can help these sellers take that next step and move on in their journey and create a win-win situation where we pick up a property, they get what they're looking for, and we get a contract signed. So with the appointment setters, having some good quality appointment setters makes my job 100 times easier. So I don't have to make those calls. I get an appointment, they're already ready for me. I figure out, I do some discovery, find out what the problem is, what problem can be solved, and how we can help. And that's the biggest thing. And once we figure that out and we create a situation where the seller gets what they're looking for, we get to pick up another co-living property, and then we get the contract signed. And then once I get that contract signed, I'm done with it. I hand it over to dia@nidatc.com.
Oh, I love that. So you're figuring out all the numbers,
Right.
and the numbers of the money and everything is what solves those problems.
Right.
So, and we don't put what's in our head. We want to do that discovery. I love that word you used. So you can know how to craft that offer, right? And craft the deal, really. Get it under contract, and then bam, that paperwork goes right over to you, Dia, right? So when Michael's done with it and when he hands you that paperwork, where does it go from there?
From there, I review the contract to make sure everything's filled out correctly. And then I open escrow, make sure title is immediately ordered, because a lot of times that can cause hangups. Meanwhile, the buyer might be doing an inspection, which can also cause some hangups, and just making sure everything gets done.
I love that. There's a ton of stuff going on.
Gathering information from the sellers and the buyers that we're going to need later on from the beginning, too.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff going on actually right after. And thank heavens, Michael, you don't have to worry about that. You're like, sign contract, boom, you're on to the next
one. Yep.
conversation,
Yep.
right? So that way you can keep that pipeline going, just like Thaddy is setting, and these other people are setting up appointments for you constantly,
Right.
right? You can keep doing that.
And you know what? Having a team focused on one job, they get really, really good at it. To watch some of our team grow the way they have, watching Fatty make the appointments and the number of quality appointments I get is really cool to watch. And it makes the job that you have easier. So even with handing it over to Dia, I don't have to worry about putting out any fires. Whatever comes up, she'll just let me know, hey, we need this from the seller, or we need this. And I get it done more as a task, other than having to figure out what the fire is, or be pulled away from what I'm doing because escrow's calling because they need this or they need that. Having a TC is a lifesaver.
Oh my gosh, if you guys could only imagine my life, okay?
For us.
My life before you guys, okay? Where I wore every hat, I did the list pulling, I did everything. And you can only imagine balls get dropped.
Yeah.
They just do. Now, I will write a contract all day if I need to, because that's exciting.
Yep.
I'm locking it up and I'm like, yes, let's go. And then I'm like, oh, wait, here's my earnest money. well, I'm done, right? Nope. You just heard Dia
Yep.
already sharing all of those extra pieces. So thank you for that. And here's the thing. So you're with it. You're doing all those final things so everybody else can focus on what they're good at and until it closes, right? Now, I say that, but is that reality? Are you done most of the time with files once it closes?
No, not. It's also making sure that you receive title, make sure everything's closed out correctly, and also setting up loan servicing and insurance, and just making sure I have all the information for that. And that can take a lot of communication back and forth with those companies and follow up.
Right. And the thing with that, Kyle, is that's post-closing. A lot of investors, when we close a deal, we think it's done. It isn't. This post-closing stuff still needs to happen, especially if you're doing creative financing, subject to seller financing. Those loan servicing things need to get set up. Who's going to do it? An investor doesn't want to do it.
That's a great question. In fact, Michael, have I ever told you, do you think I have been perfect at all of the post-closing services on my deals?
No, and actually, I think Dia's still kind of cleaning up some of those right now.
Yeah, so I've tried to do some of it by myself. Bad idea.
Bad idea.
Okay. So, and then even after that, so Dia, you got us all the way to the closing table. You're doing all the post-closing services, but well, we have this whole pipeline flow of deals coming in, and I'm buying a lot of them, but I can't buy them all. In fact, that's the whole idea around turnkeycoliving.com, is other people can come in, buy a co-living that our team sourced, that you put under contract, that Dia helps bring to close, and afterwards, we have other people part of our team.
Yep.
Right? We have Michael Hedblum. He's in charge of dispositions. And so he's talking to different investors, being like, hey, well, what type of co-living deal are you looking for? And he's going to match everybody up. And then we have Michelle. She takes care of permits. Our team actually goes through and renovates the whole freaking thing, right? Do you think I'm going to be doing that on top of everything else that we're doing? No. Thank heavens for everybody on our team that does it. And after all of that, with co-living, you still have management.
Yep.
And so we have our co-living managed, right? Managed by coliving.com. So
yeah, one of the good things about managemycoliving.com is you got to find the people. They do that, and then you still have to have boots on the ground afterwards for maintenance management. And Manage My Co-Living also does that as well. So it's a one-stop shop to manage your co-living.
Yeah, I just learned from a long time ago that doing it all by yourself was the wrong choice. What do you guys think the right choice is?
Don't do it alone.